All right, so we've talked about string variables, variables that hold words or letters. So maybe I was interested in storing someone's name. And now we're talking about integer variables, which we use for numbers, positive and negative, but cannot have a decimal. So in this example, maybe I want to get the age from the user. So we've talked about getting input for strings. We haven't talked about getting input from the user for integers. We've talked about initializing variables if we knew their age off the start. Also changing the variable in our code, but we haven't talked about getting a number from a user and storing it in a integer variable. So it works very similar except with one more step. So in my program here, when they run the program, they will be prompted to enter their age in this text box, just like that. And then they're going to hit submit. So how do I get that number and store it in a integer variable? Well, in the submit event for that button, I'm obviously interested in storing it in this variable, age, which is empty right now. So just like before, we've done this before with text boxes, I'm going to say age is equal to, and then where can I find the number that I'm interested in? Well, it's going to be in the text box. So I didn't name this text box yet, so let me just quickly do that, txb age. So I can find the age, I can find the number that they're giving me inside of the text box, but which part of the text box am I interested in? Because there's all of these properties I could be interested in. The color, the size. No, I'm interested in what text is inside the text box. So I'm going to type in .text, and just like we did with strings, this would be the exact same code, except I've got a red line here. So if you hover your mouse over the red line, you'll see a message that says cannot convert string to integer. Your user may have entered a number inside of that text box, but the .text property recognizes that as text, as letters, as words. So we know that text and letters and words belong in string variables. That's the type of variable we use for that. Integers store numbers, so there is a miscommunication between this line of code. This line of code is expecting text and words, and this part of the code is expecting a number. So all you have to do, and you'll do this literally every time, so burn it into your brain, you have to convert this text to an integer. And we do that by going int.parse. And we open up a set of parentheses and we wrap it around just like that. And all of a sudden the red line goes away. So this means, parse means convert. Int is what we're converting it to. And whatever we put in the parentheses is what we are converting. So we're taking that text and we are converting it to an integer and storing it in this variable. Kind of works nice to read right to left. That's kind of the English translation to make the most sense of this line of code. So yes, you just have one extra step when storing inputs from users through text box that are integers and not the basic strings.